let's talk about the BGVs, the BVs. Sorry. Um, so um, as we recorded them, three great singers, of course. How could approach this? As you can see, I did a lot of out the box processing on their vocals coming in. So if you look on here, it's mainly gain staging because a lot of the EQing and compression was handled before getting in. And sometimes in the event of like we're recording choirs or even background vocalists, the benefit of having a console is sometimes in sections I will ride the faders, like basically like automation, knowing the song and knowing what they're doing dynamically. Uh, sometimes not. So for this one, because they work together so much and so often, they have a nice blend already, and they kind of know where they're at in the song, and they feel the song together and know dynamically where they need to be. So for the most part, I'm great with those cats. Let's go with looking at what I did for the bus compression, and then we look at effects and stuff as well for them. So shout out to Goshen. It's a little text thread homies and stuff, but they actually put me on this plugin that I was not aware of, and I'm not gonna lie, since I've heard about it and opened it up and started digging into that plugin, haven't really looked back, right? And it's a compressor. It's actually like a mastering compressor, is what it's labeled as, but we use it for all kind of other stuff. All right. So I want to tame them still, you know. So let me get to a section we can. Let's do this section. That it is. Right. So let's just stick to that. No, let's go to a better section. You where I want to be. Let's do that loop. Let's see. I don't wanna leave. No, let's do it. All right, here we go. So my spirit is at peace. No compression. All right, add compressor in. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you. Right? Add some more saturation. Not really much saturation on this one. Okay, maybe I was wrong. But as you can see, I did add a little bit more of 220. I subtracted a little bit like 2.7-ish, but I added 10K. And even at 180, I pulled some out pause on there. And 150 rolled off, although you had that tenor in there. That Unison compressor actually brought some more life back into that low end. So I even have a roll off at 12. It's kind of like a thing I like to actually do somehow for some reason, like roll off and attenuate and actually boost in that same area. So that then that's next we have 2A opto compressor just to catch certain parts. As you can see, it's not really doing much. And then the color it gives sometimes is amazing. Like you got really listen detailed to hear what it's doing. All right. Then de-esser 902 is really old school, but does the job. Does the job. All right. And then good old tape saturation. Let's add that in. So that'll explain why I didn't do it on the actual the kit plugin, that 73 plugin, because I went ahead and added it here with this joint. A little jazz warmth. I tried, sometimes I demo out some of the presets in there. And if you like it, I like it. Sometimes I modify it, sometimes I don't. You don't always have to. It's not like the preset police gonna kill you, but this is not a jazz song. Jazz warmth work for it. All right. All right. Now let's go to the final side of it. All right. Matter of fact, let's look at some of my processing right quick. On the vocals, I have about 6 options of colors. Well, nope, let's make that 5. That's still in there. But for the reverb, I'm 7 Heaven, great. It's a hall, love it. Delay, H delay, which is just, the standard go-to. Don't always use it. Let's see, chamber is a 7 Heaven, which is the East East Church, tongue twister, wow. Spaces vibe. It's really nice, cool. And then vocal delay crystallizer, right? Oh, skip one. The 140 plate. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's all I can say. Uh, so, yep, that's my vocal processing.
I'm excited to reveal something game changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
All right, so here we go. Let's talk about this lead vocal. All right. Um, I'm more of a Melodyne cat, right? Melodyne is more of my thing, especially with the gospel side of things. It's just more natural for most records, and most artists don't want to hear that stuff on their gospel records. So I'm more of a what you call it, but I also sometimes use auto tune for a guide, right? I don't use it in a generic way. Most people set the scale. Nope, give me advanced, and I could do whatever I need to do, even with automation and stuff like that. So it's a taste of auto tune, as you can see on here, not too heavy, just on this intro part. The reason why this is not printed or already down printed is because at the towards the like final the lead singer wanted to come in and just recut or revisit that first part, so we would in and back and forth with different parts. So that's why I didn't print whatever decisions we made on there, because this one is treated as one full lead. I know it looks like two different lead tracks. I don't do the real processing on the actual track itself. Sorry, I know that was looking weird for y'all. I don't do the processing like EQing and compression on there unless it's needed, unless I'm in a different studio or some in a different mic, whatever, and I need to treat it differently. So I usually just treat this main lead vocal out that I have set up as the one that controls it all. So let's dig into what I did before we even listen to it. Correction, like correction, found problematic frequencies. There's some ducking on some of those things, like multi-band compression kind of vibe, even some expansion. All right, on the lead vocal. I don't like to always say frequencies because every song varies, every vocalist varies. So it's just hard to like just throw out frequencies. I could say like 2.5 is gonna be a problematic one that's the most common, or 200, but it don't always be that. Your chain could be sweet enough to where that's not a problematic frequency. So I don't like to really necessarily call out what I did, because some people take that as like the template, the go-to. So, but you can look, you can see, what take from it what you will. Then compression. People go back and forth with the whole debate about EQing before compression or EQing after compression. It just depends on your workflow and the source itself. Stop getting stuck on what somebody said. Look and evaluate the source. Use your ears. Some compressors add color, some compressors add EQ, add harmonics. So you might not want to do it before, you might want to do it after. So it's just really that getting in, learning it, learning your plugins, learning your outboard gear, whatever it may be, finding out what it do to know what you want to do, if you need to put it before or after. On here is a 4-to-1 as the first compressor on here. I actually don't think I did much compressing on here because, again, I did record this, and I believe her vocal chain for this was, I had a 47 going, a U40. I think, no, this one I actually used the newer one, but it is a 47 emulation. I can't think of the company name right now. Um, but it's a 47. No, it's not warm. I can't think of the name right now. Yeah, Yeah, it's a 47 clone that I use on vocals. And I ran that one into not the 1073. I didn't want it to break up as much. I ran it into the Rupert Neve Designs 511. And I did use some of the red silk on it. I didn't use a whole bunch. So if you're looking at it as a clock, it's probably like 1 o'clock, like 1 to 2 area. Did do a roll off on it. And I did trim it a little bit because she had some power points in here. From there, I was about to say the Tube Tech, which is one of the normal ones, but no, I have a one of my favorite compressors of all time that I almost feel like I shouldn't say on this video. But it's a 500 series. It was made by this company that's no longer in existence or producing stuff. It's called the Brute. It's a 500 series compressor, and it's amazing. Tree Audio, I love y'all. I know y'all. Oh, I done smacked the mic. Tree Audio, I love y'all. I know y'all done bought the company or whatever might have happened, and y'all made the newer versions of it. I love it. I have two of them, but something about that Brute. So that was the compression, EQ, preamp chain coming in, mic chain. So that's why when I got to here, I did do 4-to-1, but I didn't go crazy on it. And you'll see, you'll hear it. The EQ, of course, I wanted a little bit more tube saturation. So I went with the Tube Tech again. Little boost at 8K, widen the band on it, not just being sharp. Some people don't mess with that at all. Widen the band on it, boosted a little bit 100, but also attenuated at 100 as well. And then Eosis, I think that's how they said, de-esser. I tried the female singing preset. If you have this and you look at it, maybe I tweaked something. I can't really remember off back, but maybe I didn't. Again, sometimes that's what presets work. Um, and that was it. So let's take it from the top so you can hear. And I did do some, as you can see here, like I did some some actual automation on the vocals and stuff like that. Mainly the delay, I just did some mutes on there. But I did send her to the chamber and to the plate and to this other one, this Clark plate. All right. So let's listen to some of this beginning so you can hear those effects.
Your grace goes further than I'll ever know. Your love is the purest love anyone's ever
Barely hitting it.
shown. Your embrace is what I long for most. Feels like home.
Right? You heard the reverb, the delays come in. And that was requested by the artist as well. Right? Still not really. So one other thing I want to point out, I know oftentimes as engineers, we just automatically think that we should just de-breath everything. Listen to the song. Sometimes the song needs those moments. She had one in here where you could hear like a pant in there. If you took that out, if I'd have took that out, it wouldn't have felt the same in that moment. So listen to the song, listen to the context of the song. And then also I was trying to show that even in those moments that's big, you realize that the Unison compressor itself was not actually doing much compression because the outboard gear was already handling it. So a lot of that stuff was printed in prior to. And again, having a console also gave me the flexibility to be able to ride the fader up and down in certain moments without having to change necessarily my gain staging on the preamp itself. So yeah, let's go into just the bigger part of the song. Let's go to the bridge. See, barely hitting the compressor. And that was a big part. So another thing, as I would say, a tip for most engineers, especially those of us that's getting into a lot of different preamps and different microphones, there's a comment section in Pro Tools or whatever DAW probably that you have. Or if not, just I think I cleared a lot of stuff out of here. I always clean my sessions up before the mixing portion. But please, because situations like this where the artist came back and wanted to revisit something, I'd have had to sit down and try to think of the exact vocal chain to make it match. But thanks be to the Most High that I had it written down and I had it in my comments. Okay, this is where it's at. It's like taking those notes are very valuable. Even knowing where your preamp was set at, your compressor was set at. Sometimes I even take pictures if it get too complex and I have to move too fast. So that's the lead vocal.
Yo, I hope you enjoyed this exclusive clip from our Mix Monday live streams. We do these live on Monday nights, so make sure you grab the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it when we go live. If you want to check out more of these, check out this playlist right over here. And if you're interested in taking your mixing or production to the next level, check out the templates and the links that we have below. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.